So, did you know that 93% of marketers say that interactive content like quizzes generates more leads than the static normal content? Today, I want to talk a little bit more about how you can use a quiz to find your perfect students. So, let's get to it.
Welcome to the Course Creators HQ podcast, helping you navigate the latest techniques for creating and marketing online courses. And now, here is your host, Julie Hood.
Hey there, I'm so glad you're here for this episode. This is going to be such a fun episode, and I can't wait to share the ideas from today with you, all about using quizzes to find your perfect students. And before I get started, though, I have to tell you about the Black Friday specials that we are doing. And this is for 2024, if you're listening to this episode later. I've got two things that I am so excited to share with you. The first one is I'm doing a jumbo offer to get to work with you through June 30th of 2025. So it's 6 months plus an extra month that you'll get for free. And we're going to do 24-hour course creator. We're going to do course profits accelerator. Like, I'm just going to be all over your business by the time we're through in June. So that is not set up yet. It's coming, but I wanted to give you a little heads up and a preview because I only have a couple more slots open. So if you're interested, keep that in mind, and I'll try and have it ready for next week's episode. And then the second thing we're doing in December, this is going to be so much fun, is the Ultimate Quiz Creator course. So I have noticed that there's been this shift in lead generation, and quizzes have been around for a while, but I think it's a really good place to start focusing, especially for the year ahead. So we are going to do a 2-session live workshop that I'm going to then turn into a course, but you get to jump in at the discounted price and get some live advice and live suggestions. So that's going to be at coursecreatorshq.com/ultimate quiz creator. That page is ready, so you can go sign up, and it has a coupon code because it's going to be one of the Black Friday specials. So you can jump in and get 60% off. So jump on that, because I think this is a really good way to find your perfect students. And that's part of what I want to talk about today, is why quizzes are so good and why you should be considering using them, because there's so many nuances to it that I think it's a great way to connect with your perfect students. So a part of the reason that this is coming up right now, there's a couple different things that all came into place all at this moment. And the first one is I helped one of my one-on-one clients. You've heard me talk about Ruby before. And I helped her set up her How's My Drinking quiz, because she helps people get free from alcohol. And I'm so thrilled with the way that came together. And I think it's going to be one of her best lead magnets. And so I thought, you know what? The rest of my folks, like you, need to have the opportunity to set this up. And part of the other thing that all came together here is there's 2 tools that are really, really cool for doing this. And a lot of times I see questions about people asking, how do I do quizzes? How do I do quizzes? And so these 2 tools are the ones that I want to share with you. One of them, called Quiz Creator, is a one-time fee. So you just pay once and then you can do as many quizzes as you want. It kind of generates the quiz for you. And the other one is really neat in the design of the quiz for you. Plus, it also has some very cool built-in AI tools. So between the 2 of them, depending on your budget and kind of where you're headed, there are some really great options that didn't exist even probably a year ago. So I'll put links to both of these tools in case you want to check them out. They are also in the show notes. at coursecreatorshq.com/219, or you can check on your podcast app to check out these two tools. And also, if you want to jump into the course so that we can work together, the one tool is a little bit technical, so I'd love to have you jump into the course. I can kind of help you through some of the tech side of things. So would love to have you for that. So why quizzes? Why should you be considering them, using them, doing them? There's several really good reasons that quizzes make great lead magnets to help you build your email list. The first one is they're very interactive. So they keep your audience engaged. They have to go through and answer the questions as opposed to just downloading a PDF that they maybe won't look at. So they can do that interactive component with you and answer the questions. The second thing is they're very personalized. So you can give tailored recommendations that help build trust and belief. And so when they get to the end and they're like, oh, this is the results, and then you give them some ideas and some next steps, it's a great sequence to personalize directly to where they're at. Plus, they're fun. You know, people love to share their results that they get from quizzes, so it helps give some organic exposure if you're trying to share out what you offer, and, you know, they can post the results and share out their results from the quiz. That's always fun. The fourth thing is they tend to really resonate with people. And by that, I mean your quiz should speak to their specific pain points. So they're going through it and shaking their head and going, yeah, this is me. Yeah, she gets me. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. Oh, this is perfect. I believe that they know what they're talking about. So connected to that then is the authority that you raise when you do a quiz, because when an audience sees you covering all the different perspectives from your topic, they can see like, oh, they've got a good grasp on this topic. They really know what all is involved. And I can see that they're narrowing in for me on the specifics. So it's really good for the authority side of things. The next thing I think that just makes quizzes fantastic is that they can be so targeted. So you can get leads that are very specifically connected to your topic. They do have to sit down and answer some questions. So they have to be interested enough to get through the quiz. And the other day I sat down to do one, and the questions just kept going on and on and on and on. And I'll be honest, I never finished it. It was just way too long and way too complicated. So that is one piece of the puzzle, is you don't want it to be too long and you don't want to have to make people work too hard. But you do need enough to be able to distinguish the different people who are taking your quiz, so you can distinguish between the different, however you decide to divide up the answers. And then custom. You can really develop custom solutions as you're dividing up your answers and dividing up the folks who are taking the quiz. The follow-up that you do can be customized directly to the answers that they have shared with you. So if you think about, you've got these questions, they give you answers, you put them into a certain category or a certain group, and then you speak to the needs or the issues of that specific group. So that custom ability to really address what they need, I think, is fantastic. And then credibility also increases because people can see you as the expert creating the quiz. So it's kind of like that teacher in school who was giving you the pop quiz as you were going through your course. You know, the teacher was the expert. So that credibility factor also increases as you become the quiz creator. And then quicker, I think, for opt-ins, because potential leads, potential students, they're much more likely to opt in since they just need to answer your questions and get a personalized response, as opposed to you have to maybe do a little bit more persuasion if you're trying to give them a PDF or something more general when they know they're getting this personalized custom answer to a potential issue. If they are truly interested in that issue, I think they're more likely to sign up. So it becomes a quicker lead for you that way. And then the last thing that quizzes really provide, I think, is that level of excitement. So people love to get their results, and the excitement carries over and they assign it to your brand, and it carries over to you as the expert. So for all of these reasons, I think creating quizzes is a really, really good idea and something to consider as you are thinking about your next lead magnet. Really, really think about, how could I do quizzes? And since I've got these great tools for you now to be able to do these fantastic quizzes, either the first one where you're not paying an ongoing fee, or the second one where the AI tool creates the quiz for you, which I played with it the other day, and I was really impressed with how detailed it was and how good the quiz was that it generated. So check out those two tools. Also check out the sales page for the Ultimate Quiz Creator workshop, so we can work together and I can give you some feedback and some ideas, and I've got it like laid out for us on here's how you do it right, because there is some nuances to being able to set it up correctly. And especially with the quiz creator tool that I mentioned, there are some things you have to do correctly to begin with, or it becomes a bit of a pain in the neck to set up. So we want to get all that right from the start, and so that's what we'll be doing. We're going to have 2 different sessions. So the first one, we're going to be generating the content, and then the second one, we'll be doing the tech side of getting things set up. So I hope you can join me for those. Use that Black Friday code so you can get in at 60% off, and then really, really think about whether we can work together with the jumbo offer that's coming for Black Friday, because I am having so much fun. I have gotten to connect with so many really incredible new people, plus all my wonderful, lovely clients that I've had now. So I hope that you get to join that group. I'd love to have you. So I hope this episode was fun and interesting and has your wheels turning and ideas spinning. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for listening and subscribing and sharing this podcast. If somebody asks you for a podcast recommendation, I really appreciate it when you can share this podcast out. You guys are the best. I have the best listeners and subscribers on the planet, so thank you for being one of them. And I hope you have a wonderful week. We will catch you on the next episode. Take care, and I will talk to you soon.